Hi guys, here we are with a nice plate of curried crabs and white rice made the authentic Jamaican way. If you want to know how this is made, just keep on watching. Stay tuned. You gotta have soap, water, and bleach, and a new toothbrush, and a new wash brush. Okay, so this is a crab after we've, dissected him. That's the legs, that's the clusters underneath, and that's the eggs and stuff that we're gonna take that out and put it somewhere separate, and we're gonna put that in the... Okay, so before you actually take the butter out the back, you have to throw some water in there and rinse it out. Make sure that none of the soapy water was left inside of it. Just pour it out like so, and then use a spoon and take them all out. Put it in a bowl, and you're good to go. Okay, so after you carefully remove what's on the inside, this is what you get. That's the egg and the crab butter. And this is the intestines and parts and all the stuff that you will want. It's inside of there, so when you're taking it out, you want to be careful not to rupture that part. You don't want none of that in your food. So that's why you got to use a spoon. It makes it a lot easier. So you go ahead and do this to all 8 of the crabs. And then you put this in the freezer so that when you're getting ready to make the gravy, that's when you pull it out the freezer and put it inside your food. Okay, now so it's time to cook the crabs. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the tips off of the toes. And then we're going to go ahead and scrub them and remove all of the gills and stuff that they have around here. And all of that. And then chop it in 2. Section it in 2. And then we're going to have those ready for cooking. Then we're going to wash them actually. Salt, vinegar, and lemon juice or lime juice, whatever. A couple times. Wash it several times with a brush. Scrub it and everything. And then you'll be good to go. Okay, so this is what they look like after I've washed them. Taking off their toes. See, there's the water. All dirty and murky. So now I'm going to pour this water off and then rinse it one more time. And then I have to put it on the cutting board. Cut these parts off of the claws. Kind of chop these parts a little bit to make them the legs too. Use a knife and kind of crack them a bit so that the flavors and seasonings can get into all of the legs. That's the secret. Okay, so I went ahead and scored the meat just by chopping it a little bit in certain places. It's hard to see, but see, like with the legs, I'll chop it right there, and those parts of seasoning will go inside of it. That's with the claw. See with the legs how I chopped it up a little bit, not a whole lot, because then they'll break up and mash out, separate. But like with the claws. See, like you're going to crack it. That way the flavor gets into all these parts. You understand? I'm going to go ahead and do all of that. So now we're going to pour our seasoning on. We're using Maggie chicken seasoning. That's this one here. This is the best. So we're going to use 3. It's 8 crabs altogether. We're going to use 3 of this. And then the curry, we're going to put it into the oil and burn it. And then toss this in. And then we're going to get started. Yay, curry crabs. Okay, so first you start with like 3 tablespoons of hot oil. I'm going to put like 3 sachets of curry. This is a better pack. That's my favorite. Okay, so it's time. You put like 3 sachets of curry in here and I'll let it burn. You got to let the curry burn first. That's the secret. As soon as it reaches that dark color, that's when you're going to toss all the crab in. You're going to toss it all in. You're going to stir as best as you can. Okay, so you're going to stir this as much as you can. When you get a little bit of curry color on all of them, then you're going to toss a little bit of water in there. And then you're going to cover it and let it simmer for a while. So to boil all the curry flavors and everything all into there. Then we're going to put all the seasonings like scallion, thyme, onion, stuff like that. But for now, we're just gonna let it simmer. We're gonna throw like about 2 cups of water in here and then cover it up and let it simmer. Okay? We're gonna stir it a good like 5 minutes first though. Alrighty? Okay, so after you've sauteed it for 5 minutes, which is kind of hard to saute because it's in shells and all of that, but try as much as you can to stir it for a while and then add the water. Just enough water to cover it. Now you're gonna cover it and let it simmer, let it boil, all that goodness into it. See how the crab has that blue color? That blue-gray color? When this changes all the way to like white, like see-through, like how that's white, when this like gray part right here turns into all white like here, then you know that they're ready to come out. But you have to see the shell change from this color, gray color, to a white color. So that's how you know they're all done and cooked. You'll see when I'm done. This is so pretty. So just gonna cover this up, put it on a medium-low heat, and let it just do its thing. Don't let it burn. You gotta pay attention once in a while and stir, make sure it's not burning. If you have to add a little bit more water to it before the color comes, then you have to, because you know you gotta have a lot of gravy for crab, baby. That's right. Okay, then cover and simmer. Okay, so when it's nice and ready, we're gonna put this in here when it changes color. Right now in this bowl we have mangoes. That's black mangoes. They're called blackie mangoes. This is a secret of real good curry crab. It's like the Indians do it this way. I learned this from a friend of mine, an Indian friend of mine in Savannah Lamar in Westmoreland. So we've got the mangoes, we've got the Scotch bonnet peppers. There's 3 of them in there. There's bell peppers, there's scallion, there's thyme, there's onions, and there's garlic. There's also 1 tomato. I also want to put some, I'm going to put some pimento seeds in there. That's allspice to give it a really nice flavor. So when the crab reaches the color that I want it to reach, this is what I'm going to add to it along with the crab butter that I saved earlier when I cleaned out the backs of the crabs. Okay? All right, guys. Okay, so see, it's lost all that gray looking shade. It only has like a little bit in some of the spots, like right here. You can see a little bit in the center here. So it still has a little bit more cooking to go. So it's almost ready. So basically, you're going to throw all the stuff in there that we talked about earlier. You're going to stir that in. Okay, so now that you've added your veggies, you need to add your precious crab butter. That's the stuff that we saved earlier with the eggs and the butter from the back of the crabs. So now we're going to add that in there, and then we're going to cover it up. Might have to add a little bit more water, but I doubt it. Throw that in there, and then you're good to go. So you want to cover this up, stir it all in first, stir everybody together, get it all incorporated, and then cover it up. This makes it taste so rich. Without this in the gravy, sorry honey, you not having curry crab. This got to be in it. Okay, so now that we've incorporated everything together, you can see that it still has a lot of gravy in the pot, a lot of water, so you don't want to put any more water in here. So you just want to cover this up, let all the eggs, let everybody cook real nice, let the mangoes cook all the way out till they're nice and soft, and you have a very rich, thick gravy. See, it's watery right now, but you will see more. Just keep letting it simmer, just cover it up, let it simmer, and you'll be good to go. And get the crab butter all up in there. Okay. Wow, I put the whole tomato in there. Like, really? I didn't even cut the tomato. Wow, seriously? Oh, well. Okay, see, it's coming along. Good thing I didn't put any water in there. It just seemed like water just rised on up. See how high that water looks now compared to how it was before? But we're going to let that continue and simmer until they get a bit thicker. I don't know if you can see these little orange parts in here. Those are the eggs. I told you when they get hot, they turn orange color. See them right here. See if I see any more. Here they go, some little tiny, those little tiny crumpled orange bits. That's the eggs. They done cooked out. Not black anymore. A couple more little orange bits right there, and tiny little orange bits. Yeah, that's the eggs. See, there goes some more right here. All them little orange bits right here. Right there. Little tiny pieces. See? That's the eggs. Whoa, I can't wait till this is done. Okay, so I'll be showing you the final shot when I'm finished and serving it and everything. When it's already served on the plate. Okay, that's it. I'm about to turn it off now. It's nice and thick. It's ready. Sometimes we kind of get carried away and let it dry out too much, and then you get mad because you don't have enough curry. So I think this is, yeah, that's enough. It's good to go. I wish you were here to smell this and taste this. So there it is, your finished product. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. Thanks for coming.